Hello, and welcome back to E-Hermes, your electric vehicle adventure travel channel. Today is our first adventure in Lotus Blossom, our Tesla Model Y long-range all-wheel drive adventure vehicle. Please go ahead and subscribe to help us continue to bring these videos and hit the bell button to be notified of our upcoming videos. Our next real trip will be to near the Finger Lakes region of New York to a special bicycle store, and we will be camping in the car for several nights. As for today, every year since I was a child, my father and mother would take us on a picnic for Easter. It didn't matter the weather, and it wasn't usually far, but we always went. Therefore, it is fitting that our first real E-Hermes trip was for our annual Easter Sunday picnic, and I was able to take my dad along after his long COVID lockdown.
All right, so the car is pretty well loaded, including we have the inverter here with the crock pot plugged into it to keep the baked beans warm. Got Grandpa's more portable walker that we'll be using. We've got the folding table that we use for our wine nights. We got a bunch of lawn chairs, and this is also a table that we will we'll use at the picnic ground. We have all the supplies up here, a bunch of folding chairs, and we'll go around here to the front. We'll see that we have the tomatoes carefully there, and there's a little shelf there. We have a cooler with all of the cold stuff in it, potato salad, the hamburgers, all that stuff. I think she has some cold drinks there and some brownies for dessert. So the car is about packed. We'll be getting ready to leave here in just a few minutes. All right, well, here we go on our first real adventure trip since we got Lotus Blossom. In our previous video, we picked it up and had it paint protection film and ceramic coat applied to it. And now we're going on our first real adventure. It's a short one-day trip. We're going to get my 90-year-old father and take him out for the first time really since the coronavirus, since he's fully vaccinated and we're at least partially vaccinated. We're going to go to Garrettsville and pick him up. Then we're going to Mohican State Park in Loudonville, Ohio. One of the interesting things about this trip is the fact that we shouldn't need to charge. According to a better route planner, we will get back with about 20% battery. If we do need to charge, we're actually having our picnic at a campsite, so it has electric hookup. So we will be able to charge if we need to. So we're starting the trip with 320 miles of charge. We had it almost charged all the way full, but I didn't quite get it by the time we had to leave. It says when we get back we'll have 20%, which is roughly 50 miles, so that's more than enough. I actually have it set up from his house in Garrettsville. It says it is an hour and 48 minutes, about 90 miles. So there and back would be 180 miles. We should have plenty of charge, but again, if we don't, we'll plug it into the 50 amp or 30 amp campsite outlet.
So this is just a sampling of some of the rolling farmland in the Wayne and Ashland County areas of Ohio.
Okay, so here we are at Mohican State Park for our annual Easter Sunday picnic, even though it's Easter Saturday. We've got Grandpa out of the house. And there's Mrs. E-Hermes getting the fire going. We have enough battery life, I'm pretty sure, to get us back home, but since we are here with a electrical outlet, there's a 30 and a 50 amp, I'm going to go ahead and plug in. Grandpa might get cold and want to sit in the car to warm up because it's only about 40 degrees. So that's the plan for here. When some other people get here, we'll get some video of that and see how the rest of the day pans out. All right, so this campsite has all kinds of outlets. It's got a 50 amp which is what we're plugged into right now. It's got a 30 amp right beside it. And it's got two 20 amp outlets that we have the crock pot plugged into with the baked beans. So when Angela gets here, she'll probably back up against us here, and we'll get her hooked up with the 30 amp, or else we'll switch out and share the 50, and I'll go to the 30 since I'm getting a head start on her. Plenty of power here. You can't swear on YouTube, so.
How do you do that? It's so hard to balance.
You looked like me last night. That's what I was doing. Ooh.
I just want to panic as soon as I get on here.
That's how I felt.
This definitely has the possibility of ending up badly on YouTube.
100%. He's so small.
How do you do that?
Papa, you can walk.
No, I'm not gonna try.
How do you do that?
I do Papa how I do it. One more time. Dad!
He's right here.
She doesn't even look. She just yells.
Well, Chris, maybe if Chris would have held your hand, Frank, it would have gone better.
You're supposed to. You know
It would have
what?
made me feel better.
Frank, last night Chris bent his knees a little bit to ride it, and I think that helped. Like a little bit of a knee bend.
Get low.
He wasn't like low like that.
Lower
But
your
he
center
was
of
like
gravity.
he was like, you know, when you ski and your knees are like kind of bent.
She got the pizza thing going on there. No, it's reverse pizza. Oh, is that pizza? No, it's pizza.
Yeah, it's like when you ski, your knees are like a little bent. Helps you with your
React. Do fast circles.
Isn't that how we ended up with the skinned up knee?
No, he said just stopped on her.
Yeah, I did. They're just like,
I think Nini should try it.
no.
She probably hit one of those sticks and the wheel stopped.
Probably. Is it better about that? Is that why it's being like that?
Yeah, I don't know. Once you get off and let it hang out for a second.
I think they're kind of cheap.
They were cheap. They're a marvel of engineering.
So this is the equivalent of lawn darts when I was a kid.
What are lawn darts?
You know what lawn darts are?
Mm-mm.
They were like kind of like cornhole, except you stood further away and they were darts.
I'm gonna bend my knees this time. It's gonna be great.
Maybe you should buckle that helmet. I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna fit. I got a big old head.
It is for children.
I wish you could tell it to stand still for a second.
It doesn't have like a park.
No, it's all or nothing. It's
I
for
named my
agile
hover-
children.
Papa, I named my hoverboard
What'd you name it?
Rosie.
Oh, this looks better already.
See ya, sucker.
You got this.
You got pretty good at it, actually.
Right, I can't.
This thing was worth all the money just to watch Frank ride around on it.
Okay, it's not that easy.
It's easy.
All right, so we just finished our annual Easter Sunday picnic here at Mohican State Park, even though this year we had it on a Saturday instead of Easter Sunday. We had the picnic, we cooked over the fire, we plugged the car in at the campsite that we used for the picnic. We're heading home now. It's about 4:40 p.m., 224 miles of range. The mileage is 1,145. And we are going to take Grandpa back home to his house in Garrettsville, and then we'll head home. 225 miles is way more range than we need, so we won't need to be making any charging stops on the way.
do that itself?
It's doing everything by itself.
Huh. Pretty cool.
We hope you enjoyed this short video. During the short one-day trip, we learned something very important about charging at campgrounds or RV parks. Something so important that we are going to produce a separate short video about the risks inherent in relying on a certain type of these locations for charging. So please not only subscribe, but hit the bell so that you'll be notified when this next video comes out. Thank you again for watching.